well, I forget how many years I was Santa Claus. Excuse me, cut that out.
You're hanging out with the crew of Dímelo 305, and we're coming to you from the beautiful city of Sweetwater here in City Hall with a legend. We are honored today. Mayor José Pepe Díaz, thanks so much, sir, for hanging out with us today.
No, it's my pleasure. I like hanging with you, man.
Man, it's always a good time. You know, when you and us, we get together, it's always
We have that.
there's some synergy there.
Yeah.
Some synergy there
It
going
works.
on.
It works. It works.
There's so much that we can talk about, but we want to start at the beginning. We want the people to know a little bit more about our leaders here in the great Miami-Dade County. Sir, where were you born?
I was born in Pinar del Rio, Cuba. We had the ability, thank God, to a friend of my dad. They told him he needed to leave and leave fast and have to leave because he was against communist regime. That by that point they were already declaring, and he made it to Miami, and we started our lives in Miami. We lived in the little area of Little Havana there, next to what used to be the Orange Bowl.
Okay.
Literally, we moved around in that area wherever we could get a rent place. We finally got a little place. Then we ended up in Sweetwater.
What were you like? Let's talk about like teenagers.
Here we go. And
Teenage years. Well, what were you up to? What were you doing? Were you working? Were you involved in, in extracurriculars? What was happening at that time?
Actually, look, my father showed me a lot of respect. I learned through him the respect of elders, the respect, and my mom, obviously, and how to deal with that. Now, obviously, like any normal kid, you get in trouble every once in a while, and you learn from it, and, you get that old, either the belt or a chacleta. And I would fear my mom's chacleta. I'll tell you that right now. My dad, I feared the belt. But that was the way we grew up, with a lot of respect.
Do you, as you were coming up, did you ever feel like, you know what, you have two great role models in front of you, your father, your mother. Do you think that also played a role into you going into politics?
My dad was not political in a way that the political like myself and others, but he was the kind of guy that was in a store as managing a store that it would be like a small Walmart, and he knew everybody knew him, and I guess he could say he was political in his way, because I tell everybody politics is in everywhere. It's in church, it's in your house, it's everywhere. It's the art of politeness. It's the art to get together with people and be able to come to a common ground. That's politics in my eyes. And yeah, I'm proud to say that I learned a lot of that from my father. A little bit less from my mom, but mostly my dad.
My first memory of hearing about you was I was invited to Tropical Park for, it was like this Christmas toy drive.
Oh yeah,
And
you were there?
I was there. This is years ago.
Oh yeah.
And I remember showing up, and there were these huge trucks full of bikes. So like, where does this kind of desire to give back and to be of service, where does all that come from? Is it from your parents? Is it from your upbringing?
I think it's a combination of all these. It's my parents, the upbringing, the necessity, seeing other kids playing with toys that you wish you had, and things like that. But it's okay. Look, and take that event, for instance, that was probably one of the events I did with the Marines Toys for Tots.
I think it may have been that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like 3-4 years ago or something.
Yeah, that was definitely Toys for Tots. Actually, they gave me the award Marine of the Year.
Wow.
For the amount of toys, because a lot of the donations weren't coming through, and I made phone calls to a lot of people, and people came through and donated money and donated toys and so on, and we had a lot of toys. You're right. I forget how many years I was Santa Claus. Excuse me, cut that out. Santa Claus comes from the North Pole.
When you look back, you're back in the city of Sweetwater, a city that you love dearly.
Back to the future.
Back to the future, right? What do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to know about you and what you're going to do for this great city again?
I feel good with everything I've done and the levels I got in the county. I've always been a local kind of guy. I like to go to Publix or Home Depot or whatever and bump into people and them talk to you and everything else. My daughters hate it. Says, Daddy, I can't take you anywhere. You know? But to me, is part of it, and maybe that's the legacy. The legacy is the people treat you with respect, and when they talk to you and they thank you for the work you've done. Yeah, that's pretty much, because if you look at the walls, we've done a lot of things that nobody's done.
What is the future of Sweetwater looking like? Where do you want to take this thing? And what are your dreams?
Well, it's an incredible question. First and foremost, you don't do it alone. I have an incredible team, and we work together, hand in hand. But the only way that this city survives and thrives in the future is making sure that we're united and working together and giving those things that are important to our citizens. If we continue to improve and grow on that, I think Sweetwater's future is extremely bright. It's bright now, but I think it'll get brighter. And maybe with time in the future, we could grow the area of Sweetwater even greater. That we'll continue to work and foster those businesses and help them. And in helping them, it helps us as a city, and it helps the constituents and the residents of Sweetwater.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
So am I.
Thank you, sir.
As I was looking forward to having this conversation with you, my dear.
Oh, good to see you. Thank you.